rained most of the day here, and I'm sure in South Whitley as well. And I know you guys are a ball-running team. Might we see a pass or 2 or 3 tonight?
Maybe a few. We'll see. I don't know. The option game that we run, it is, gets things going on the ground, and that's what we try to do. And we'll try to establish the run first, and then we'll try to open it up a little bit and see what happens.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Thanks for that, and best of luck to you tonight. Good luck to you the rest of the year.
All right, thank you.
Whitko Wildcats head coach Josh Moore back with more of the pregame show to this on 92.1 WROI. Back at Rochester High School, Barnhart Field, we're moments away from getting this one started between the 0-3 Rochester Zebras and the 1-2 Whitko Wildcats. So final thoughts, Brad, as we wrap up the pregame show here and we get ready to roll. The sun now coming out, and probably the best part of the whole day right now.
Well, it's definitely a big change from last weekend. This is definitely football kind of weather. And I think both coaches touched on it. Now with the way the conference is set up, where you have to play, in your division, and the team with the best record in your division plays for the championship. Both of these teams, even though they've got a loss last week in the opening of the conference, are still alive in their division.
Yeah. Trav, final thoughts?
Can't turn the ball over.
Oh boy.
They've had 7, 8 turnovers this year, and I think 6 out of the 7 have been converted into touchdowns for the other team. So no interceptions, no fumbles, and that's, in my opinion, the number one key for tonight's victory.
And I think we've reached a point where there's no more excuses.
That's right.
It's put up or shut up time for the Rochester Zebras.
As you just said, I mean, they go 4-0 here in the North. They're playing for the championship, so it starts tonight.
That'll wrap up the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance pregame show here on WROI. In 30 seconds, we'll have the kick. 92.1 WROI. Welcome back to Rochester High School. We're moments away from getting week 4 underway here at Barnhart Field. The Rochester Zebras won the toss. They elected to defer, Trav, which means they're going to go on defense first.
Yep, the 4 guys up front, the 2 defensive ends, Trent Bauer and Austin Hoover. The 2 defensive tackles, Tanner Music and Brandon Sutton. Your inside linebackers, Wilson Lee and Connor McLaughlin. Your outside linebackers, Thomas Rensberger and Gavin Bennett. The 2 corners tonight starting are Daniel Butler and Josh Eckathorn, and the lone safety is Liam Leininger.
So I say the Rochester Zebra defense stacks up, and really, for the first time, and since we started this, the starting lineups, Brad, look the same offensively and defensively.
Yeah, like I said, both these teams match up pretty well. Whitko, not a lot of big guys on their team, and so Rochester, this might be the first game all year where they're going to have a slight advantage on the offensive and defensive lines.
So we have some sunshine right now as the sun begins to set.
Mid-60s?
Yeah, 64 degrees right now. So it's going to be a nice night for football. You kind of wondered as I woke up this morning and kind of watched the weather a little bit and all that green rolling through. I was wondering if it would, get out of here in time, clear off in time, and it did. It cleared off, and probably the ground is almost perfect. We needed the rain anyway.
Yeah, we did. So great night for football.
Back deep to receive the kick for Whitko, the starting quarterback, Garrett Elder. Also back there is Robbie Owsley. So Wilson Lee, who has been doing nothing but kicking to the second row, basically an up man, will kick off for the Rochester Zebras. Brad Thomas, Travis Watring, I'm David Musselman.
And look at that wonderful new scoreboard.
Absolutely.
The LED lighting, you can still see it with the sun.
Very good. So here we go. Wilson Lee gets the green light. And our first game at home is underway. It is a short end-over-end kick. The up man takes it at about the 26-yard line and is brought down at the 29, maybe the 30-yard line. So Southwood with Whitko with a very small return will take over at about their own 30-yard line, going to our right, which is to the east. So they don't have to obviously look into the sun. So the fourth leading rusher in the conference brings the play in from the sideline. That's your quarterback, Garrett Elder, for the Whitko Wildcats. They'll send a receiver wide to the near side. That's Weeks. Receiver far to the far side, I believe, is Goff. We'll wait and see. Elder under center. Elder gives to the first man through, the fullback, and Sherwin. And Sherwin picks up 2 or 3 yards. I believe it was Sherwin.
32-yard line, 2nd and 7.
3-yard gain. So it'll be second down. Yeah, thank you. Second down and 7. Early in this contest here at Rochester High School. Whitko Wildcats come to the line. Ball spotted on the 32-yard line. Elder sets the line in motion. He gets a pitch going left is Smiley. Smiley down the Whitko sideline. And it's cut down after about a 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up third down at about 4 for the Whitko Wildcats. Now on the far hash with 50 seconds gone here in the opening quarter at Rochester High School.
Nice job by the Rochester defense to recognize the little pitch out to the outside to Smiley, and they were able to get out there and keep that from being anything of too big of a gain.
Ball 35-yard line. 3rd and 4 for the Whitko Wildcats. The play just does come in from the sideline. Elder gives a play to the group, breaks the huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock. Weeks comes wide to the near side. Goff is split left, which is the short side of the field. Elder under center. Elder gives to the first man through. I believe ball on the ground. Ball on the ground, no signal yet. I think Whitko going to keep possession after a yard gain by Sherwin. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 3. Rochester takes over. A late signal, a late indication, and Rochester going to grab the fumble and take over on the Whitko 36-yard line. I believe Tanner Music was the one that fell on it.
There was no...
Hoover, 78 guys.
Austin Hoover.
Yeah.
Fell on the ball.
Nice job by the defense. Get the early turnover and set the offense up in good field position. Let's see if they can take advantage.
They weren't important. I didn't know if Rochester knew they had the ball.
Yeah.
Everyone's going back on defense. Except for Tanner Hoover.
So the Zebras on the football, going to our left, ball in the middle of the field. 2 tight ends, a wide out to the right side. Here's the snap. Pitch goes to Wilson. Hands off to Lanier. Lanier looking for the edge and is tackled behind the line of scrimmage back to the 40-yard line. He's going to lose about 4 yards. And it'll be 2nd and 14 for the Rochester Zebras now on the near hash. So the trickery for the second game out of 4 did not work for the Rochester Zebras. 2nd down and 14 for Rochester with 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. Ball in the near hash. Then it goes wide to the right side. Heckathorn will be the flanker to the left. Pearson is tight right. Wilson dots the I behind McLaughlin. In motion goes Heckathorn. Here's the snap. The handoff goes to Wilson. Looks to pop it outside. He slips down as he crosses the 40. Gets to the 39. Might have gotten a yard. It'll be 2nd down. Make that 3rd down and 13 now for the Rochester Zebras.
Well, Lee had 117 yards rushing last week against Peru. He's going to need to have another night like that.
You're not kidding.
Could be a early time to see Mr. Gavin Bennett get the ball here.
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, that wind out of the north about 6 to 8 miles an hour.
And
so
you're
the
looking at the sun. Yep.
Yeah. Rochester breaks the huddle. Bennett will go tight right. Pearson tight left. Split out to the left side is Lanier. I-backs for Alec Holland on 3rd and 13. Holland back to pass. Rolls on the near side. Here comes pressure. Steps up and it's hit and dropped. He is sacked from behind. He's going to lose about 3 yards. And it'll bring up 4th down and 16. And a punting unit coming on for the Rochester Zebras.
Well, not the way you wanted to see that first offensive series for Rochester shape up. Hopefully they can pin Whitko back against their own goal line.
Punting for the Rochester Zebras is Duff. Snap goes to Duff. He takes it. A nice spiral kick towards the Coffin corner. Takes a hop, checks up, takes a Whitko bounce inside the 15 and picked up and ran down the near sideline by Colin Craig. And Craig takes it across the 20 down to around the 21 or 22. So that's where Whitko will start on this second series of the game.
Interesting time to pick up the ball there as it was laying flat on the ground.
Yeah, I think that he was hoping that maybe he'd catch some zebras off guard, and really he did, because he did return it about 7 yards.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Whitko Wildcats at their own 22-yard line, going to all right. Under center is Elder. He sets the line. Ball in the near hash. Takes the snap. Gives to Sherwin off the left side. Sherwin dragging some zebra tacklers with him as he gets it to the 30.
30-yard line.
So he picks up about 8 yards. Will bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Whitko Wildcats. Ooh, getting 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3 after a 7-yard pickup by Sherwin. Brad Thomas, Travis Watchering, and David Musselman back home at Barnhart Field. 8 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score.
Colin playing quarterback.
Come on, wide to the near side. Elder looks down the defensive front and sets the line of scrimmage. Now takes the snap on the option. Oh, and he is hit hard is Sherwin. And Coach Zahner fired up with that hit, and Sherwin driven backwards.
Rensberger and Bauer, the first 2 to make contact for the Zebras.
No, what do you get? You get to the 34-yard line. The officials are...
Rochester's saying fumble.
Coach Zahner's saying fumble. The officials are talking amongst each other. Clock's still rolling. And it looks like they're going to
rule him down.
Whitko's going to keep possession. He's going to pick up 2 yards, and it'll be 4th down and 1.
Well, now they picked the football back up off the ground.
So now we're going to get all the officials in here and talk about that play, but I think you guys are right. I think the ball did hit the ground late. Rochester says they have it. I think there might be an official or 2 that thinks that as well, but there might be a couple of officials that don't think that. So flip your coin again.
The first time we've seen Rochester in a 3-5 defense this year. They're definitely playing a 3-5.
So the down marker is moving. It'll be... They're going to replay the down. It'll be 2nd down and...
Jeez. Now they got both coaches fired up.
I'm confused.
Whitko's upset that they lost 2 yards on the play, and Rochester thought they had the football.
So they did lose 2. At least they lost a yard. I apologize. Yeah. We're trying to figure this out as well. So they lose a yard, but still 2nd down?
They're just going to, like you said before, they're going to replay it. They're going to wipe that last play out like it didn't even happen.
But we started that play at 2nd and 3. Now it's 2nd and 4. What in the world? 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. Well, Whitko keeps possession regardless. 2nd down and 4 for the Wildcats. Back at their own 29-yard line. And clock starts. Elder under center. Sets the club. Takes the snap. On the option. Flips it out to the near side. Powell is running out of bounds hard near the Rochester sideline. And that's going to be close to a Whitko first down. It will be, in fact, a first down, giving 5 and enough for a Wildcat first down as they move the chains.
Brought down by the safety, Liam Leininger.
Good heaven. 34-yard line is where the ball's spotted on the near side, which is in the Rochester sideline. 6:55 to play, first quarter. No score here at Rochester. The Wildcats with the football at their 34, going to our right. Goff goes wide to the near side. Kamar wide to the near side. Elder under center. Back to pass. Looks left. Got a lot of time. Throws it up. He's got a receiver down the far side. It's Goff. He lays out for it, and it is incomplete through his hands. Goff made a great effort to lay out for it. He was horizontal to the ground, and as he brought the ball in, the ground dislodged it, and incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. That was a good-looking ball by Elder.
It's a good-looking ball. It was a great effort on Goff's part to try and catch it. But like you said, once he hit the ground, he just couldn't hang on to it.
2nd and 10, 6:47 to play in the first quarter.
And we talked about them putting that ball up, just trying to keep the defense honest, keep those linebackers back where they're supposed to be.
Weeks wide to the left side. Elder ready. Under center. Smiley goes in motion. Sherwin gets the carry going left. Sherwin runs over a couple of zebras, and in doing so, he crosses the 45-yard line, gets it to his own 46, a 12-yard pickup, and a zebra first down. I'm sorry, and a Whitko Wildcat first down. Ball on the 46 of Whitko, right in the middle of the field. What are you talking about? Somebody running downhill as soon as they get it. That is Connor Sherwin.
Yeah. 6 foot, 200-pound fullback, junior. So we'll see a lot of him next year too.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Good news there.
And Elder. That's good news.
And Elder as well.
Right. Whitko quickly on the ball with 6 on the play clock. Elder under center with 3, with 2. Takes a snap. On the option, gives to Sherwin again. Sherwin pushes a pile ahead to the 50. He's going to get 4. It'll be second down and 6.
McLaughlin for the Zebras on the tackle.
6:05 to play, first quarter, no score. We're at midfield now. 4 yards in a cloud of dust will get you a touchdown eventually. Whitko takes every second of that play clock to get the play off. They break the huddle with 15. Weeks will wide to the left side. Ball in the middle of the field. Elder with 5 on the play clock. Takes a snap again, and Rochester rushes on a run blitz. Elder able to get the ball off to Sherwin, and Sherwin carries it ahead to about the 46-yard line of the Rochester Zebras, and it'll bring up third down and 3 for Whitko.
Well, we're starting to see more of those linebacker blitz. That's the second play in a row where Bowers has blitzed up the middle for Rochester.
And I think it's what it was for week 1. When they see a certain guy go in motion, that gives that certain guy on the defensive side a chance to blitz.
Third down and 2 for Whitko at the Rochester 46. Kamar and Weeks come wide to the near side. 5 on the play clock. Elder under center with 3, with 2. Takes a snap. Pitches to the near side to Sherwin. Sherwin cuts it upfield. He gets the corner. He's got a first down. Carries the ball to the Rochester 40-yard line. And it'll be first and 10 for the Wildcats with under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score, but the Wildcats driving here on their second series.
You both nailed it on the head. He just runs hard. We saw him right there on that outside sweep, and as soon as he got the ball, he doesn't like to dance. He cuts right upfield.
He dips that inside shoulder, so the first contact, he's able to keep his feet moving, and that's allowed him to get around the corner and pick up the first down.
First and 10 for the Wildcats at the Rochester 40. Elder sets the club with 10 on the play clock. Takes a snap, back to pass, he rolls left. Looking to throw, still rolling left. Now he's got some pressure. Now tucks, he'll run up the Whitko sideline. And he's driven out of bounds, shy of the 35-yard line. Maybe a 3-yard pickup for Elder. It'll be second down and 7 for the Wildcats with 4:25 to play in the first quarter. Brad Thomas, Travis Watring, I'm David Musselman. No score here at Rochester. Again, 4:25 to play in the first quarter.
Well, again, Elder averaging 7.5 yards per carry. So you just saw him pick up 3 there, but I'm guessing that's something they like to do is roll him out and let him make a decision to run.
10 seconds on the play clock. Elder sets the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to have a false start on the Whitko Wildcats. So that'll back them up 5 and bring up second down and 12. Following some scores from around the area, almost all of them. We'll have the Tippecanoe Valley score, North Miami score. We'll also have
Manchester and Peru.
Yep, the Peru score, that's right.
And hopefully we'll get something from Wabash and Mechanical.
The Winnemac Warriors and LaVille play tonight. West Central Culver play tonight. We'll have all those scores for you.
You got her, bud.
And whatever else Val seems pertinent to this broadcast.
Pioneer 14-0 over Caston.
Pioneer leads Caston 14 minutes. I'm sorry.
They're, 3 minutes into that game, and it's 14-0 already? Yeah.
Second and 12 for the Wildcats. Elder gives to Sherwin. Sherwin stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Wow. Falls ahead to the 40.
Great job by Connor McLaughlin. Got into the backfield and put a hit on Sherman.
Give him 2. It'll be third and 10 for the Wildcats at the Rochester 40. Ball in the middle of the field going to our right. Clock rolls, 4:10 to play, first quarter. Yeah, good job by the Zebra defense. Hit Sherwin as soon as he got the ball.
And he still picked up 2 yards.
3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. 15 on the play clock. Kamar wide to the near side. Weak split left. Elder again under center for the Wildcats. Takes a snap, back to pass, 2-step drop. Here comes the pressure. Wilson Lee giving chase to Elder. Elder tucks and runs. Elder's got a first down up the Whitko sideline and out of bounds for another first down for the Whitko Wildcats as he takes it to the Rochester 29. 28.
If we weren't sure before, we're sure now. He's fast.
He had another gear as he just ran away from Wilson Lee.
I saw Wilson Lee getting a sack, and then I saw Elder with a nice little gain. Just that second gear, like you said, got away from him real quick.
There's a little glimpse of why he's 4th on the list in conference.
Wow.
Yeah. What'd you give him, 12, 11?
11.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Zebra 28. Elder, the snap. Sherwin going left. Sherwin falls across the Rochester 25, give him the 24 and a 4-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 6. 3.5 to play in the first. Give him the 25. Give him 7. It'll be 2nd and 7. Give him 3, I beg your pardon. 2nd and 7, ball on the far hash, the Whitko sideline. Kamar wide to the near side. Goff split left for the Wildcats. Smiley goes in motion. The keeper by Elder. This time Wilson Lee grabs him from behind and brings him down. The ball is carried inside the Rochester 25, maybe to the 23, maybe even the 24. Give him the 24-yard line. Give him a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 6 with 2:50 to play. In the first quarter, still no score. Whitko knocking on the door here. Plenty of time on the play clock. Extended halftime show this week because of youth football, and there are a ton of kids. Good. 3rd and 6 for the Wildcats at the Rochester 24-yard line. Elder hands off to Sherwin. Sherwin takes it inside the 20, near the 19. Boy, that is going to be close to another Wildcat first down. They might even give him the 18 on that one. If they give him the 18, that... Yep. They gave him the 18. So he's going to get 6. But it's going to be enough for a Wildcat first down. 2:13 to play in the first quarter. We're going to bring the sticks across. We're going to measure. That's going to be awfully close. Brad Thomas, Travis Watring, I'm David Musselman. Again, back at Barnhart Field this week. First time this year. They stretch the chains, and it's going to be enough for a Wildcat first down. Indeed, give him 6. First down for the Wildcats. Ball now at the Rochester 18-yard line. They've taken a lot of time here in this quarter. Of course, that's what you're going to do if you run the ball and you're content with 4 yards at a crack.
Well, your best defense is to keep the other team's offense off the field.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
Yep.
Kamar wide to the near side. Goff split left. Garrett make the Elder under center. He takes the keeper around the left side. Brought down at the 15-yard line. Give him 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Under 2 to play. No score.
A score update, though, from the Wabash and Quantico game. Wabash leads them 7-0 early on.
Wabash is...
I think this is the 14th play of this drive.
That's what I have. Yeah.
2nd down and 7. 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Weak split left. Kamar tight right. Elder sets the club with 10 on the play clock. Hands off to Sherwin right up the middle. Sherwin with 3 zebras hanging on his shirt tail.
He's not only pushing white jerseys up the field, but he's dragging black jerseys behind him.
Cut down at about the 11-yard line. So he's going to pick up about 4. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Actually give him the 12. 3rd and 3.
We'll call it the 11 plus.
11 and a half? Okay. The nose is on the 12. I'm calling it the 12. Now, when Rochester has the ball, we'll call it the 11.
Back end of the nose.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
3rd and 3 for the Wildcats. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Elder quickly under center. Snaps. Takes a handoff. Keeps it. Goes left. Gets a block. Cuts it upfield. Going to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Well, that time Elder tucked it underneath. All the zebras crashed down on Sherwin, and
Elder just kept around the corner of the sideline and into the end zone.
Elder, a 12-yard touchdown run with 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Put the Wildcats up by 6 with the extra point coming. So the tee comes on the field late. Weeks is your holder. 74. Hobbs. 7 on the play clock. Snap is back. Hold is down. Here comes some pressure. A low kick goes right. No good. 40 seconds to play first quarter. Whitko up 6-0. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. 40 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Whitko on the board first.
16 plays, 77 yards, capped off by a Garrett Elder 12-yard touchdown run. The PAT was no good. Wildcats lead 6-0 with 40 seconds to go in the first.
Brooks, Leininger, and Heckathorn back deep to receive the kick from the Wildcats. Again, the first quarter almost gone here. The first game of the 2015 football season at Rochester High School. Low end over end kick, checks up and rolls out of bounds at the 30-yard line. These kids were kicking it in the pregame. I mean, they looked pretty good.
Knocking them down there pretty good.
So Rochester will start this drive with 40.7 seconds to play. In the first quarter, down by 6. I'm not sure if Rochester's not going to make them re-kick. Nope, they're not. Of course, there was no signal. There was nothing for the second time tonight. Last report, Caston trailed Pioneer with 3 minutes to play in the first quarter for 21-0.
Yeah, okay.
What? So Rochester starts this drive on the 35-yard line. At the end of the first quarter, Southwood leads North Miami 6-0. Holland takes the snap, runs into McLaughlin, hands off to Wilson Lee. Wilson Lee shakes the tackler, lunges forward, gets out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Zebras. 25 seconds to play in the first quarter.
That's only the 4th play the Rochester's run all night tonight.
And the first quarter's about gone.
Yeah.
Rochester breaks the huddle with 15 on the game clock. Heckathorn goes wide right, which is the wide side of the field. Bennett split tight left. Here's a snap. Wilson Lee again, right side, hit hard at the line of scrimmage. And his forward progress is going to give him the 41. That's a generous spot. It'll be 3rd down and 4 when we start the second quarter. After 1, Whitko leads 6-0. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. Back at Rochester High School, the Zebras have it 3rd down and 4 at their own 41-yard line. Holland takes a snap, pitches to McLaughlin. Connor McLaughlin sides up a tackler. He's off and grabbed by the shoestring as he crosses into Whitko territory down to the 47. That's a 1st down for the Zebras. Give him the 46. 1st down and 10 for the Rochester Zebras. And what was that, a 12-yard gain for Connor McLaughlin? Bennett comes wide to the near side, short side of the field.
That's his first carry of the game.
Yep. He's going to get it again going right. Cuts it back inside, still on his feet. Second effort, gets him inside the 45. Give him the 43. Pickup of 3, it'll be 2nd and 7. Early into the second quarter, Whitko leading here 6-0. And Rochester putting together a pretty good drive to this point. The scores, Trav?
Yeah, Pioneer still 21-0 over Caston. Manchester 7-0 over Peru. Southwood 6-0 over North Miami. And Wabash 7-0 over McQuantico.
11:15 to play in the first half here at Rochester. Wildcats up 6-0. Holland under center. I-backs behind him. Alec takes the snap. Hands off to Wilson Lee going right. Great kick out block by Tanner Music. Wilson Lee shakes the tackler. Wilson Lee is still on his feet. Inside the 30, down to the 28. 1st and 10 Zebras.
Nice run by Wilson Lee. He got some good blocks at the line of scrimmage and was able to squeak through into the Whitko secondary.
How about that kick out block by Tanner Music?
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say Tanner Music and Brandon Sutton, they're having both exceptional blocks.
1st and 10 for the Z's. 11 minutes to play first half. Rochester has the football
inside the Whitko 20, or make that the 30 at the 28-yard line. Bennett goes wide left. Heckathorn is in the slot left. Also in the slot left is Wilson Lee. Here's a handoff to McLaughlin. Connor shakes one tackler, but not the rest of them, as the big tailback, Smiley, comes up and hits him hard after a 2-yard gain. Give him the 26. It'll be 2nd and 8. So Rochester kind of spreads the field a little bit, hoping to open up a little daylight for Connor McLaughlin, and Smiley for Whitko doesn't have anything to do with it.
It's a much better drive, though, than that first possession. That was a quick 3 and out, and I think that I have the 7th play of the drive here, so hopefully they can get something out of it.
9 plays.
Bennett wide to the near side. Flanker to the right is Leininger. Alec under center. Holland pitches to McLaughlin going right, cuts it back inside, shakes a tackler, lunges forward, gets it to the 21. Going to pick up about 5, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Rochester Zebras with 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. And Rochester's got an injured player. They're going to stop the clock. And getting up off the bottom of the pile is Alex Borg. He's kind of favoring that right leg a little bit as he comes hobbling off under the care of Christina Hughes, the trainer at Rochester. Austin Hoover will come on and will play that tackle position as Borg leaves the game, now sitting on the sideline. 3rd and 3 for the Zebras. Pearson tight right, and now we're going to have another timeout, as I think the official wants Borg to
get back off
come back near the track a little bit. So Rochester will go to a full house backfield. Heckathorn, McLaughlin, Wilson Lee left to right. 2 tight ends. Will Lee gets it going left. Wilson Lee backs his way to the 15. First down, Zebras. Give him 7. Nice blocking up front for the Rochester Zebras. And the Zebras now in the red zone as they have it on the near hash at the Whitko 15-yard line, trailing 6-0. 9:40 to play, first half. Rochester breaks the huddle. Ball in the near hash, which is a Rochester sideline. Bennett goes split to the right side. Flanker to the right side is Leininger. Split backs for Holland with 10 on the play clock. Allett takes a snap. Hands off to McLaughlin, straight in the middle. Shakes the tackler. Inside the 10. Down to around the 8. First down, or make that a good run by Connor McLaughlin as he takes it near the 7-yard line. So give him 8 yards. On the pickup, it'll be 2nd down and about 2.
Good hard run by McLaughlin. He just put his head down and kept his feet turning. Able to grind out the yards.
9 minutes to play. Rochester 2nd down and a long 2 at the Whitko 7-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Bennett goes split left. Flanker to the left side is Heckathorn. Tight left is Pearson. Here's the snap. McLaughlin left side lowers his head. Takes it inside the 5. Down to around the 3. First and goal, Zebras. 8:50 to play. First half. Rochester knocking on the door. Leininger brings a play in from the sideline. First and goal for the Z's at the Whitko 3-yard line. And right now, Brad, the front 4 or 5 for Rochester winning the war.
They are. They're doing a good job up front on that line as Tanner Music, Sam Adams, Austin Foster.
Wilson Lee, and out of the straight T look, carries it to the 1. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. So that time they went to that 2 tight end set, that straight T backfield we've seen many a times already. Heckathorn will bring the play in from the sideline as Leininger comes out. 8.5 to play first half. Whitko leading 6-0. Rochester has it, 2nd and goal from the 1. It'll be straight T backfield again. Heckathorn, McLaughlin, Wilson Lee, left to right, 2 tight ends for Rochester. From the 1-yard line, Alec Holland takes a snap, hands off to Wilson Lee going left, lowers his head, stood up at the line of scrimmage, and that is it. And actually the spot from the far side is maybe he's going to lose a yard, but the near side spot is back at the line of scrimmage.
Now he's going to step back.
Okay, 3rd and 2.
3rd down and goal from the 1 with just under 8 minutes to play in the first half. Rochester trails 6-0 here at Barnhart Field. 3rd and goal from the 1 for the Rochester Zebras. They'll go to the straight T backfield again. Bennett tight left, Pearson tight right. Holland quickly gives to McLaughlin, lowers his head. Connor looks to push it across the goal line. He does. Touchdown, Zebras. on a 1-yard run for Connor McLaughlin, and we're tied at 6.
Well, McLaughlin just bowled his way into the end zone. He got hit right at the line of scrimmage, but he kept his feet going and just sheer strength pushed his way into the end zone for the Zebras.
And that entire drive was an outstanding job by all 5 linemen for the Zebras. Sutton, Music, Adams, Foster, and Borg and Hoover after his injury.
So,
the all-important extra kick.
Wilson Lee will come on to attempt the extra point. With 7:12 to play in the first quarter, we're having a little problem with the scoreboard. Well, you know what? It's the first game for the scoreboard, and they're having a hard time getting that thing to stop running. Again, Rochester scored with 7:12 to play in the first half. Wilson Lee coming on to attempt the extra point, looking to put the Zebras up 7-6. Alan Pfeiffer, the holder. Snap is a high snap, gets it down. Here comes the pressure, and he throws it to Wilson Lee behind the line of scrimmage. Wilson Lee tucks, throws it up for grabs, incomplete. So a botched PAT, still not to score at 6 with 7:12 to play in the first half. 30-second timeout. Back with more after this on 92.1 WROI. 7:15 to play in the first half. We're tied at 6, Trav.
Yeah, 13 plays, 65 yards, capped off by a Connor McLaughlin 1-yard touchdown run. It was a botched PAT, so it was no good. It is 6-6 with 7:15 remaining in the half. And a score update around the TRC. Peru ties the game, converts the 2-point conversion, and take an 8-7 lead over Manchester.
Northfield leads Tippecanoe Valley 14-0.
We will see Northfield in a couple of weeks. Next week it's home with North Miami, then going to Urbana to play the Northfield Norsemen. Brad Thomas, Travis Watring, I'm David Musselman. 7:15 to play, second quarter. We're tied at 6 here at Barnhart Field. Wilson Lee looking to kick off. Lee has the green light, approaches, right foot, short end-over-end kick. The ball is botched at the 26, picked up by Elder. He spins around and driven out of bounds at his own 34-yard line, but that could have been disastrous for Whitko.
And it almost looked disastrous for Rochester as Elder picked that up. He found a little seam along the sideline. Thankfully, Rochester was able to collapse and close that off quickly.
So Wilson Lee tonight has kicked the ball 3 times, or attempted a PAT and 2 kickoffs, and he's had the same shoe on every time. He hasn't changed shoes at all tonight.
Really?
Which is the first time we've seen this all year.
That's pretty observant.
I noticed things.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. Don't forget what you just said. You're impressed.
Yeah, well, this too shall pass, I'm guessing. So Wildcats will start at their own 34-yard line, going to our left. 7:10 to play in the first half. We're tied at 6. Elder under center on the option. He'll keep going right. Runs away from Bennett. Looking to get to the outside. He has the corner. He cuts it upfield and then run out of bounds close to the midfield marker. We'll see where they mark it. Actually, it's just going to be shy of the 50, but give him the 48-yard line. And it'll be enough for a Wildcat first down. Ball in the far hash.
We saw Jack Barron do a lot of that week 2 at Plymouth.
Yeah.
Fix your mic. What's wrong with it? No, I'm not picking you up. It's not my fault.
First and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 48-yard line. Elder keeps it again, shakes the tackle, gets to midfield and might have fallen across the 50 and gotten to the 49. We'll wait to see where they mark it. He didn't get a lot. Give him 2. It's at midfield. It'll be second down and 8 with 6:50 to play in the first half. We're tied at 6. So it looks like
Squires retake the lead in the Peru North Miami game. It is 14-8.
Or the Manchester Peru game.
And Northfield just added another score against Tippecanoe Valley as well.
Second and 8 for the Squires at midfield. Ball in the far hash. 10 on the play clock. Elder ready. Line ready. Snap. Pitches out to Sherwin. Going left. Sherwin cuts it upfield. Lowers his head. Gets it to the 45. It'll bring up third down and 3 for the Wildcats with 6:10 to play in the first half. He's going to be cut down at the 47. So give him 2, and it'll bring up second down and about 5. Make that third and 5 for Whitko. 6-6 here at Barnhart Field. We're under 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Wildcats looking at a big third down at the Rochester 47.
Winamax 6-0 over LaVille.
Elder with 8 on the play clock. Sets the line. On the option, he'll keep going right. He falls ahead across the 45, maybe to the 43.
Going to be short.
He is going to be short of a first down, but it's going to be 4th down and about 1 for the Wildcats. So what do? I think you go for it.
I think he goes for it, too. Sherwin and Elder both have been doing really well carrying the ball.
4th and 1 for the Wildcats at the Rochester 43-yard line. 5:15 to play. In the first half, we're tied at 6.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Sherwin here. As hard as he runs the ball,
Absolutely.
I can't see how 1 yard would be tough for him.
1 step, he's at full speed.
Absolutely.
Wildcats break the huddle with 10 on the play clock.
21-0 Northfield over Valley.
Now 7 on the play clock. Elder, 4th and 1. Whitko will go for it. Here's a snap. Sherwin up the middle. Sherwin pushes the pile ahead to the 40, and that'll be enough for another Wildcat first down. Give him the 41, give him 2, but still enough for a Wildcat first down with 4:50 to play in the first half. Keeps the drive alive, and the clock rolls. 6-6 here late in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the week that was in Rochester Athletics. A big game last night at Southwood in high school volleyball.
Yeah,
Took Rochester 5 sets to get them.
That's always a big game in volleyball.
1st and 10 at the 41 of Rochester. Owsley gets the pitch going right. He's speedy. And Owsley grabbed by the front of the jersey, flipped forward, and he's brought down shy of the 35. Give him the 37. Pick up a 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. 4 minutes to play in the first half. I got a feeling if Owsley looks at some open field, he's going to be tough to catch.
Yeah,
he's fast.
I would agree.
2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Sherwin hitting the backfield, spins away from the tackler, takes it to the 35. Give him 2 more. 3rd and 4 for the Wildcats. 3:45 to play in the first half. Again, we're knotted at 6 here at Barnhart Field. Whitko takes a lot of time in that huddle. Like we said before, they use every second of that play clock, and the play just does now come in from the sideline. And they're going to break the huddle with 10 on the play clock. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 for the Rochester, make that 3rd and 4 for the Whitko Wildcats at the Rochester 35. Elder, the snap, pitches to Sherwin. Sherwin grabbed by the legs at the 35, and he gets nothing. It'll be 4th down and 4.
Good gang tackling by Rochester. He got hit by a couple guys in the backfield, and 3 more made sure he didn't get anything out of that.
3 minutes to play in the first half. Whitko looking at 4th and 4 from the Rochester 35-yard line.
Of course, they've been in 4-down territory since they took over the ball.
Yeah. And it's usually 4 yards.
Wow.
4th and 4 for the Wildcats. 2:40 to play in the first half. We're tied at 6. Elder under center. 4th and 4. Owsley goes in motion. Fakes the pitch. Here comes the pass. Here comes the pressure. It is blocked by the right
Bennett.
And we've got a flag on the play.
Bennett just about scooped that ball out of the air and took it to the
Rinsberger and Bennett putting a lot of pressure on Elder, but hold on, there's a flag in the play. Yeah, good. That's good news. Talking to McLaughlin. And I would imagine this is going to be declined. It'll be a holding against Whitko. It will be declined, and it'll be first down for the Rochester Zebras. With 2.5 minutes to play in the first half, Rochester with all 3 timeouts will take over at their own 35-yard line. We're tied at 6.
Well, that was only the 2nd pass attempt of this entire football game. That was Whitko's 3rd possession of the game. This is Rochester's 3rd possession. So you're not going to have a whole lot of opportunities in this football game to move that ball downfield.
So 1st and 10 for the Z's. You would think they're going to spread it out and go from a shotgun maybe and run it a couple of times. Hollander center, split backs behind him. Flanker to the right is Leininger. Wide to the near side is Bennett. on first down and 10. Back to pass is Holland. Holland looks over the middle of the field and throws it over the head of Bennett. He hits Bennett with that. He's going to the races.
Yeah, he threw it behind him, though. And unfortunately, Bennett was headed towards the center of the field, and the ball was thrown to the sideline.
The track meet at Manchester.
Oh, wow.
Peru answered again, and they tied the game with Manchester 14-14.
Second down and 10 for Rochester with 2:28 to play. In the first half, tied at 6. Rochester will get the football first coming out of the locker room in the second half. Bennett comes wide to the near side. Wide side of the field. Flanker to the right is Leininger. Holland pitches to McLaughlin. And Connor McLaughlin carries it across the 35 near the 38. It'll be third down and 7 after a 3-yard pickup for Connor McLaughlin with 2:10 to play in the first half. This is going to be an interesting call.
It's not as easy for Rochester to lob it up to Bennett tonight. Both of their corners are 6 foot and 6'2", where in the past couple of weeks you could lob one up against those 5'8", 5'9" defensive backs.
Speaking of Bennett, he comes wide to the near side. Leininger split left. Ball in the near hash. I-backs for Holland. On 3rd and 7, here comes the pressure. Holland fakes, rolls left. He's got some pressure in his face, throws it across his body, complete to Leininger. First down for the Zebras.
Well, good catch by Leininger. We needed somebody else to step up.
Just like you said, yeah.
Yep. Give Holland another weapon to throw to.
A minute 45 to play in the first half. Rochester now 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line, going to our right. Again, Rochester with all 3 timeouts. We're tied at 6 here at Barnhart Field. Bennett split right, 20 on the play clock. Clock rolls with 100 seconds to play in the first half. Back to passes Holland. 2-step drop out to the near side. Bennett complete out to the Whitko 49-yard line. Pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. A minute 25 to play in the first half, and now we're going to have a timeout. Rochester will take one. We'll take a 60. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. Back at Rochester High School after the play after the timeout. Alec Holland back to pass and athletically gets back to the actually only loses 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 9 now after a sack. Leininger split to the near side. Bennett split left out of the shotgun. Holland looks left, throws left. It is complete to Bennett. Bennett slips a tackle. Bennett down the sideline. Bennett inside the 35-yard line of the Wildcats and driven down 5 yards out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be first down for the Zebras with 58 seconds to play in the first half. That quick hitter, the quick play after the sack, set up that play. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Zebras at the Whitko 30-yard line.
Nice 32-yard pickup from Holland to Bennett.
58.4 to play in the first half. We're tied at 6 here at Barnhart Field. Zebras will break the huddle with 19 on the play clock. Heckathorn wide to the near side. Bennett split left out of the shotgun again. McLaughlin to his right. Alec looking at a blitz. Here comes the pressure. Throws to the near side. Intended for Heckathorn out of the reach of Josh. It'll be 2nd down and 10. That only took 3 seconds. Rochester has 2 timeouts left.
Before this offensive series, Rochester had not thrown a pass the entire ball game. They've thrown 5 passes this series.
Well, you kind of knew that was coming.
Yeah, with about 2 minutes to go before half. Yeah.
55 seconds to play first half. 2nd down and 10 for Rochester at the Whitko 30. Leininger split right. Bennett tight left. Pearson tight right. High backs for Holland. Alec fakes the handoff. Here comes the pressure. Steps up. Runs away from the pressure. Then he gets it from the backside. He ran away from the rusher. And then that kid from behind, which is Stump, ran him down. He's going to lose 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 12. And Rochester will take their 2nd timeout with 43 seconds to play in the first half. We're tied at 6. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. Back at Rochester High School, 3rd down and 12 with 42.8 seconds to play in the first half. Rochester at the Whitko 32. Holland back to pass under center. Looks left, throws left. He's got Bennett. He comes back for it. There's got to be a flag in the play. Yeah. There it is. The defender never turned around, and that's going to be a pass interference against the Whitko Wildcats. With 38 seconds to play in the first half, tied at 6.
And that's a big play, 3rd and 12, and we get a pass interference call with 38 seconds left to go. It's going to put us deep in Whitko territory, inside the 20.
15 yards. That's the boost.
So, after they mark the penalty off, it'll be first down for the Zebras as they take the ball inside the 25. And you're right, Brad, it'll be at the 19-yard line, first and 10, 18-yard line, first and 10 for the Rochester Zebras. 38 seconds to play first half. Rochester has one timeout left. Ball in the near hash.
That's as good as a completion and stepping out of bounds.
Yeah.
Rochester on the football. They'll go to the straight T backfield. Bennett tight right. Pearson tight left. Holland under center from the 18 of Whitko. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to the near side. Looking to pass. Got a lot of time. Throws in the middle of the field. It is complete to Pearson. Off the deflection. Pearson grabs it at the 5. It'll be first and goal from the 5-yard line for Rochester. Great concentration by the tight end, Ross Pearson, who caught it off the deflection and grabbed it at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it was a good job because he was in the middle of 2 or 3 other defenders as well. So not only did he have to catch it off the deflection, but he had to fight the other white jerseys to get his hands on it.
25 seconds to play first half. Bennett wide to the near side. Split backs for Holland. Alec under center. Takes the snap. Pitches to McLaughlin. Connor McLaughlin turns the corner. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Zebras!
Nice job by Connor McLaughlin fighting his way that last 5 yards into the end zone. And that gives the Zebras the lead.
A 5-yard run by Connor McLaughlin put the Zebras up 12-6. And it looks like maybe Rochester will go for 2 as Coach Zahner is talking to Alec Holland. That is indeed what's going to happen.
And that all set up on the big pass interference call.
Yep.
On 3rd and 12 that put Rochester on the 18-yard line.
Which, yeah, I mean,
and then the big catch by Pearson to put him on the 5.
On that interference call, I mean, he catches that, then they have to use that last time out probably, so it worked out perfect.
Rochester in the far hash will go for 2. In motion comes Wilson to the near side. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to the right is Holland. And off the fingertips of Wilson Lee, but there's a flag on the play.
We had 2 open receivers out there in the end zone, and he waited, I think, too long to get it out there to him.
It may not even matter. We'll see what it's going to be
against Rochester.
Yeah, ball start on Rochester. So,
but the Zebras will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
That's right.
Perfect.
So the 2-point conversion fails. Rochester leads. Nope. They're going to drive it back. Okay, so
they're going to make them do it again.
Yes. It was a false start, I believe, on Rochester, and apparently nobody heard the whistle, so they'll back them up 5 and still attempt the 2-point conversion now from about the 8-yard line. So Rochester will try a 2-point conversion from the 8. They'll be on the line. Heckathorn wide to the near side. Bennett split left. I-backs for Holland. Holland rolls to the right, throws back to the left to Wilson Lee. Wilson Lee's got some blockers, cuts it upfield, into the end zone. 2-point conversion's good.
What a play.
Rochester leads 14-6. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. Zebras lead with 17.8 seconds to play in the first half.
Yeah, 11 plays, 65 yards, capped off by a Connor McLaughlin 5-yard touchdown run, his second of the night. The 2-point conversion was good. Holland Lee. Zebras gained the lead 14-6 with 17 remaining in the half.
So Wilson Lee will kick off. Boy, you do not want to happen what about happened last time as Elder picked it up and just about went the distance. And
yeah, they got to have good coverage on this. And I would expect another short squib kick towards the sideline.
Yep. Elder is the return man to the near side with the Rochester sideline, and that's where Wilson Lee has usually been kicking. So here we go. It is a short end-over-end kick. They're going to give the quarterback an opportunity, but it goes out of bounds, so Whitko will start this drive at the 35-yard line. Now, even though they don't pass a lot, Elder's got a really nice ball.
Yeah, he can throw it deep. And I would suspect Rochester, they've been playing a 3-5 defensively most of the night. I would expect them to drop those 5 linebackers back a few more yards.
The shootout continues.
It's a track meet at
Manchester. Peru and Manchester are tied 21-21 in the first half.
LaVille leads Winamax 7-6 in the first quarter.
So, as time ticks away here in the second quarter with Rochester leading 14-6, the play comes in from the Whitko sideline. Elder comes to the line of scrimmage. The ball will be at his own 35. He's got a wide out to the near side and one to the far. Elder will be under center. 15 on the play clock. Takes the snap, back to pass, trips, regains his footing, throws it down the field, incomplete. And I believe that pass was intended for Smiley. At least that was the only one in the area. I thought Elder did a good job just keeping his footing and not losing yards.
Yeah, I think too, because of the pressure by Rochester, he was just looking to get rid of it quickly, and he threw it to a space on the field where he thought his man would be the only one that would have a shot at catching it.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. 14 seconds to play in the first half. Rochester up 14-6. Kamar wide to the near side. Weak split right. Elder will be under center with 14 seconds to play in the first half. Elder on the option. Gives to the first man through, Sherwin. And Sherwin takes it out to his own 38, and that's going to do it for the first half. At halftime, Zebras lead 14-6. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. Back at Rochester High School, we are going to the third quarter with the Zebras leading 14-6, and Trav, they get the ball first.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best way to start it. They ended the second quarter with a touchdown, and now hopefully they can come out in the second half and start the touchdown well and continue to keep the lead.
Carry all that confidence with them from they scored on the last two possessions. They only had the ball 3 times in the first half, and they scored on the last 2.
And the momentum. They got to keep that momentum that they had as they ended the first half. And if that 2-point conversion from the 8 doesn't give them any momentum, I don't know what will.
Yeah, you're right. Well, this is, like I said, the best time that Rochester's had going into halftime. They've got the lead. They've had 2 good possessions of the football that ended in scores, and so they need to come out here in this third quarter and see if they can put another long drive together.
They started that game with a 3-and-out, and since then they had the 13 plays, ended in a touchdown, and 11 plays, which ended in another touchdown.
So Rochester back deep to receive the kick. Leininger.
Achilles Alexandria 27-20.
Brooks, and I believe Heckathorn back deep to receive the kick. Brad Thomas, Travis Watring, I'm David Musselman. Second half underway here at Barnhart Field. Low end-over-end kick. Takes a hop, looking to go out of bounds. Checks up, picked up by Heckathorn inside the 20. And Heckathorn, as he makes his cut up field, steps out of bounds. Is that the 20 or maybe just a fuzz inside? But either way, Rochester will start at around the 20 here to start the third quarter.
Well, some scores from around the area. Northfield leads Tippecanoe Valley at halftime 35-0. Southwood leaves North Miami 28-0. Pioneer leads Caston 56-0. LaVille over Winnemac 14-12.
21-12 now.
Okay, 21-12. What was the last? Manchester, Peru were tied at 21?
No, 28-21, I believe.
28-21.
28-21 at half.
Manchester.
Wabash and Mechanical 7-7 at halftime.
Wabash and Mechanical 7-7. So the Zebras will start on their own 20. Snap to Holland. Gives to Lee. Lee pushes the pile ahead to the 25, maybe even to the 26. A nice run to start the second half by senior Wilson Lee as he picks up 6 yards and will bring up 2nd down and 4.
That McConaughey-Wabash game, both of those teams 3-0 and leading the TRC. So that'll be interesting to see who comes out of that game.
Man now tied.
The victor. Yeah. They would have the inside track for the South Division of the conference.
2nd down for the Rochester Zebras. 4 yards to go. Hollander center. Bennett wide to the near side. Alec hands off to Wilson Lee. Hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to be dropped at the 24. And now that'll bring up 3rd down and 6 as he loses 2. Cubs just continue to win, don't they?
He caved.
Beautiful.
Hey, what'd you think of the Irish last week?
It looked
good.
Good.
I can't wait till tomorrow.
But I'm not sure if they look good or Texas is just bad.
I don't care.
Right.
Irish look good.
Yeah.
3rd and 7 for the Zebras. 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun is Holland. Alec takes the snap. Back to pass. Looks left. Throws left. He's got down the sideline as Bennett. And
that ball wasn't even close to Bennett.
Underthrows him just a fuzz and will bring up 4th down and 6 for the Rochester Zebras. And on comes the punting unit. And back deep to kick the ball away will be Zane Duff, the 5'8 sophomore for the Rochester Zebras. The ball just inside the 25 at the 24. Duff slides back to his 10. And it looks like Owsley back deep to receive the punt from Whitko. Stands at his 46. High snap. Gets the ball away. Low line drive bounce. Takes the Rochester bounce. Picked up by Owsley. Owsley coming to the near side. Gets a block. Kicks it out to the near side. Shakes one tackler. Cuts it back across the grain to the 40. Takes another tackler. Brooks giving chase. Grabs him by the shirt tail. Still fighting to get him down. And finally gets him down just shy of the 50-yard line. Gave him the 48 as Owsley ran about 30 yards and returned at about 10. and ran away twice from Rensberger.
Nice job by Rensberger, though, not to give up. He got tackled or blocked out of the play early on, and then he was able to get back up and come back.
Yeah. I think that there was some maybe hollering for a
block in the back, right?
Yeah. First and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 47, ball in the near hash.
How's kind of using the official as a screen out there?
Hey, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
Except in Texas, they'll hit the official down.
Yeah. Then he gets suspended from school.
Unbelievable.
First and 10 for the Wildcats. Elder under center. Takes the snap. Gives to the fullback. And he's hit hard and dropped after a very short game. And that's Sherwin. And Sherwin gets nothing. It'll be second down and I'll give him a yard, Brad. It'll be second and a long 9. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Rochester up 14-6. They kind of stalled out on their first possession of the second half. Would give Whitko the ball in pretty good field position at their own 48 now.
Now, I've noticed their offensive line looks like they've taken a step back.
Elder, snap, back to pass, rolls on the near side, got some pressure. Here comes Rensberger. Rensberger gets him from behind. Elder did get a positive gain. He did get to the Rochester 49, but Rensberger never stopped, Brad, just like you said. He never gave up. He came from the far side and
chased him all the way across the field.
Elder,
diving tackle. Elder still picked up, 3 yards?
It'll be third down and 6 for the Whitko Wildcats at the Rochester 49-yard line as it begins to spit a little bit.
Yeah, small raindrops.
Probably a good thing that Elder ran from Rensberger, because if he'd have pulled up and threw it from where he was to throw it, he'd have been beyond the line of scrimmage.
Oh, I figured you were going to say Rensberger was going to lay him out.
Yeah.
Well, he probably would have too, but had he been able to throw that football, he'd already been past the line of scrimmage.
9 minutes to play. Third quarter. Third down and 6 for the Wildcats. Elder back to pass. There comes some pressure on the screen. Throws it up for grabs. Picked off by Heckathorn. Heckathorn down the Whitko sideline. Heckathorn, nobody in front of him on green grass. Heckathorn is a 10, the 5. Touchdown Zebras. Touchdown Zebras.
Nice job by Heckathorn. He stepped in front of the pass. We do have a flag down at the 25-yard line. Heckathorn did a great job of reading the quarterback. He stepped in front of the receiver and picked that off clean and returned it 51 yards to the end zone.
And Gavin Bennett there, he had one-on-one with Elder, and he blocked him hard to give him.
Yeah, now whether or not we got a block in the back.
Coach Weaver is not happy with the call. It was going to be whistled against the Zebras, but it was against the Zebras on the return, so Rochester will keep the football.
Yes, but not the point. It's a block below the waist against the Zebras after it was behind the play. That's what Weaver is so upset about. And I don't know if he's yelling at his players or the referee, but
I think he's yelling at the referee.
I would agree with that.
I think he's just wanting somebody to listen to him.
I'd probably listen.
Either way, great job by Heckathorn, stepping in front of the ball and making a great
when that
play
ball was
on
thrown.
that.
Heckathorn was behind the receiver, kicked it into high gear, cut it in front of the receiver, and
timed it perfectly.
Yep.
He made the decision. He was going to go for the football, and now they're marching it back another 15 yards.
So it'll be first and 10 for the Zebras at the 38-yard line of the Whitko Wildcats, and Coach Weaver still giving the official the what for.
So the flag was thrown at the 25, and now it's on the 38.
Yep. Bennett wide to the near side, ball on the far hash. Lining her the flanker to the right side. Here's the pitch to Connor McLaughlin. McLaughlin lowers his head, gets the 30, at the 25, cuts it inside of the 20, the 15, the 10, driven down at about the 10-yard line. First and goal for the Zebras at the 9. Giving 31 yards and a Zebra first down.
Great job by McLaughlin. He got some great blocks on the right side of that offensive line from Sam Adams and Austin Foster, and he was able to get down field in a hurry.
8.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 14-6, and Rochester now first and goal from the 9. Here's a snap, McLaughlin right up the middle. Connor McLaughlin, second effort, looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Zebras!
That was a will not be denied run by Connor McLaughlin.
He backed in from 2 yards out.
Both of those runs by McLaughlin, you could just see the determination.
Keep beating that kid. Third touchdown of the night for him.
8:19 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 20-6. And I believe they're going to go for the two-point conversion again. So Bennett will go wide to the right side, as will Leininger. In the slot to the right is Wilson Lee. Out of the shotgun is Holland. And then Whitko jumps off sides.
Put the ball half the distance.
Yep. 8:19 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up now 20-6. And they'll go for the 2-point conversion from about the 1.
Just give it to McLaughlin.
Why not?
Absolutely.
He is hot. So now Rochester will look at the 2 tight end straight T backfield for this play. So they'll come to the line of scrimmage. Bennett will be tight left, Pearson tight right. Full backfield for Rochester. Wilson Lee under center, or actually Wilson Lee gets the carry from Holland, and he's going to come up short, and so the 2-point conversion is no good. But Rochester strikes again. They're up 20-6. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. Throw the hat on the field. Connor McLaughlin has a hat trick.
Yeah, 2 plays, 40 yards, capped off by another Connor McLaughlin touchdown.
His third of the night.
Third of the night, 9-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion was no good. Zebras maintain the lead, 20-6, with 8:19 remaining in the half.
Set up by a Josh Heckathorn, INT. Great job on that young man's part as he stepped in front of the pass and took it 51 yards to the house, but had it called back on a penalty, and McLaughlin decided, hey, we're getting the points.
Wilson Lee. End over end kick going to the sideline. Elder picks it up, muffs it actually at the 14. Now picks it up. Back to the middle of the field. Look out. Elder at the 30. Shakes the tackler. Cuts it upfield. Loses the football. And then falls on it.
Boy,
actually, the ball's still loose, I believe. Nope.
Good thing he dropped it for the Rochester Zebras, or he'd have been gone to the house. Broken tackle after broken tackle for Rochester. They're going to have to do a better job on that coverage team.
So Elder fumbles the football, then falls on the football, and they will start this drive at their own 33-yard line, going to our left with 8:09 to play in the third quarter, with Rochester leading 20-9.
I think you're right there.
Jeez, 20-6. What is going on?
Brad, he would have been gone.
I hope they kick a field goal on this possession.
I hope they do.
You could be right.
So it's going to be 20-9 for crying out loud.
You can quit being wrong all night.
Jeez, that's the story of my life. Elder on the ball. Under center. Takes a snap. And the first man through.
Still got it.
Sherwin.
Elder's got it.
Elder had it. Okay.
Yep. Elder kept it. He's going to pick up a first down.
And Elder ran out of bounds along the Whitko sideline. And I believe we still got
picked up 15 yards and
still got a kid down. It looks like a Rochester player injured on the play. Christina Hughes and Coach Zahner going across the field. We're going to take an injury timeout, at least a 30-second, John. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. Back at Rochester High School, 8:04 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 20-6, and for the second time this year, there's an ambulance going to be brought onto the field for a Rochester injured player. This time, Liam Leininger lays on the far sideline, and hopefully this is just a precaution because I think they are looking at the neck of Leininger. So better safe than sorry. They'll bring the ambulance on. They'll let the professionals handle this a little bit, but they are going to pull onto the track anyway. This happened on the Whitko sideline. He's still down. Both teams, both Rochester and Whitko, on a knee. The ambulance is on the track and will drive around the track to the Whitko sideline where they will attend to Liam Leininger, again, who was just injured on that last play, last run by Elder. So Whitko, I believe, will be looking at a first down when we resume, but right now, all of our thoughts obviously with Liam Leininger, and again, the ambulance on the field, and we'll pull up to him and take a look at him.
Well, obviously, any kind of injury to the neck area or the spine, anything that they might suspect is along that nature, they're going to err on the side of caution. So, yeah, if there's any kind of indication that there's a problem, they're going to put him on a backboard and back to the ambulance.
It looks like, Trav, are they getting the backboard out of the ambulance?
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
Yeah. What I saw was during the play, his helmet flew off. So, I mean, it was a couple of yards past him. So, hopefully, like we said, it is precaution. But we have no idea.
So, Liam Leininger is the injured Zebra laying on the far sideline. Again, we're at 8:04 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 20-6. So, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have some further information for you at that time. So again, Zebras up 20-6. You're listening to Rochester Football 92.1 WROI. Back at Barnhart Field, again showing an injury timeout. Liam Leininger on the previous play, chasing Elder, the quarterback for the Whitko Wildcats. And on the play, of course, it was across the field, so we couldn't see it very well. On the play, we were told the neck was snapped back, the helmet came off. He is now on a backboard. The ambulance is on the far sideline attending to him right now. So it looks like they are still kneeling over him. The shoulder pads are off. So we're kind of waiting to see what happens next. Obviously, they're going to put him into the ambulance, and they're going to take him to the hospital. And like we said before, obviously it is a good deal that you have an ambulance on scene. It didn't take them very long to get to the injured young man, and hopefully this is just precautionary because of the neck issue, because of the violent snapback, because of the helmet, losing the helmet. Hopefully they're going to go take him to the hospital. They're going to check him out, and hopefully the report will be he's good.
Yeah, you always want to err on the side of caution whenever you're dealing with the spine and the back or the neck or anything like that. You know, you want to make sure that there's nothing cracked, chipped, or out of place before you allow somebody to get up and walk across the field. And you definitely don't want anything coming back to any kind of major injury like that coming back to hurt you later on.
So again, this is the second time this season an ambulance has been called to the field for an injured Rochester player. 1:25 to play in the ball game at John Glenn. Brett Abbott was lost for the season with a broken leg.
Yep.
He is on the sideline now in a cast on crutches.
We lost a player at Plymouth with an ACL.
That's right.
And now this one, Liam Leininger, injured on the far side of the field, and they will carry him off in the back of the ambulance. And hopefully, our thoughts are with him, and hopefully everything will turn out to be okay.
So he's leaving the field right now. They're loading him onto the ambulance right now, so he'll leave the field here shortly. Both teams will have a little bit of time to stretch. Again, 8:04 to play in the third. Rochester up 20-6 after the injury timeout. Whitko will have the football 1st and 10, I believe, at their own 45-yard line, going to our left. So we're going to take another quick timeout, at least a 30-second timeout. When we come back, we'll have football resuming here at Rochester High School, 92.1 WROI. Back at Rochester High School as we get ready to resume the third quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 45, going to our left. Rochester up 20-6. Elder under center. Elder sets the club, back to pass. Looks right, throws right. It's got a receiver down the far sideline and throws it out of bounds. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Wow, you know what? Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Why not? What do the Zebras have? Are they still hanging their head, worrying about the Liam Leininger, which I'm sure they are a little bit, but sitting in the ambulance. So we're going to try to throw maybe the dagger down the far sideline.
Leininger was playing the safety position. They got.
I believe Dan Butler's in there.
Butler in there, yes, thank you. In there in that position now, but Heckathorn covering on the corner from the corner position on that pass.
2nd 10, pitch goes to Sherwin going right. Gets the corner, lowers his head, falls across the 45 down to around the 47, maybe the 48. That'll bring up 3rd down and long for the Whitko Wildcats. Give him 2. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats with 7:40 to play in the third quarter. Again, the Zebras lead 20-6. Brad Thomas, Travis Watering, I'm David Musselman. It'll be interesting to see what they call here. I think they've thrown the ball at 2 or 3.
Well, and it seems like the best plays they've had tonight have been when Elder has pulled the ball out of Sherwin's stomach and kept it on the running around the outside. That's where they've had the big gainers. That's where they scored their lone score. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try something like that with Elder just keeping it.
Whitko not going to be able to get this play off. They're under center. They did get it off before the clock. Nope, they didn't. Whitko going to use a timeout? They will. Whitko will use a timeout with 7:10 to play in the third quarter with the Zebras up 20-6. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Rochester Football, 92.1 WROI. 7:10 to play in the third quarter. After the Whitko timeout, they'll have the football 3rd and 8 at their own 47-yard line. Zebras up 20-6. And the one thing I was going to mention, Brad, as we went to break there, Whitko's 0 for 4 passing. They tried.
Exactly, and thrown an interception.
Yeah. 3rd and 8. On the keeper, Elder goes right. Elder cuts it upfield. Elder's got a first down up the Whitko sideline, and the ball was spotted on the short side of the field, the far hash. Yeah. He ran it to the out-of-bounds line, cut it upfield, and on a short field, carries it to the Rochester 40-yard line. Makes it give him the 40-yard line, 1st and 10
and again,
for the Wildcats.
That's their best play they've had all night long. Has been Elder keeping the ball running around that right end.
7:05 to play in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Rochester 40. Elder comes to the line of scrimmage. Elder takes the snap. Back to pass. There comes some pressure. Throws it over the middle. It's complete. Weeks pulls it down for a completed pass and another first down for the Wildcats as he takes it to the 29 and the 11-yard pickup for the Wildcats. Now Elder 1 for 5.
And that's the first completed pass all night for Whitko.
Nice slant for the Whitko Wildcats. 7:05, 7 minutes to play in the third quarter, 20-6. Rochester leads. Whitko driving again as they've got it inside the Rochester 30-yard line at about the 29-28, somewhere in that vicinity. Elder under center, 15 on the play clock. On the option, he keeps it. He goes left, looking for the sideline. Fakes it, cutting it inside, cuts it outside, goes to the boundary, going to the end zone, touchdown, Wildcats.
Elder keeping it for the 29-yard scamper. Going to put him over 100 yards tonight, and this is the same thing we saw Jack Barron do from Plymouth, and I'm guessing Whitko must have seen a little bit of game film from that week.
28-yard touchdown run for Elder with 6:37 to play in the third quarter, makes the score 20-12, and it looks like the Wildcats will go for 2.
More of what Coach Zahner didn't want to see, and that's the Zebras get up by 2 scores and then fall apart in the second half.
So the 2-point conversion coming, 10 on the play clock. Elder sets the line. Elder takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pushes the pile forward and driven backwards, no good. 20-12, Rochester leads. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. 6:37 to play in the third quarter. The Whitko Wildcats and Garrett Elder strikes again.
Yeah, 6 plays, 67 yards. As you said, Garrett Elder's second touchdown of the night. This one was a 28-yard run. The 2-point conversion was no good. Zebras lead 20-12 with 6:37 remaining in the third quarter.
Back deep, Brooks. Looks like Bennett back deep now that Leininger is hurt. Ambulance, by the way, still sitting on the track on the Whitko sideline. It hasn't moved. And Heckathorn back deep. Low end-over-end kick. Takes a hop over the head of Pearson, and the Zebras just fall on it at the 31, so that's where this drive will start as Bauer just falls on it after it went off the top of the hands of Pearson, and he just kills it at the 31, so that's where this drive will start with Rochester up by 8 with 6.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
I'll see if the Zebras can regroup after the injury. They had a lot of momentum when they came out of halftime, put another score on the board, had 2-touchdown lead, and then the injury, so we'll see if they can recoup. 2 receivers on the left side for the Zebras. Holland under the center, I-backs behind him. Alec takes the snap, hands off to Wilson Lee, great block, cuts it back inside, carries the ball across the 35, maybe to the 37. Pickup of a near 6 yards. Nice job being patient that time by Wilson Lee, letting the blocks form in front of him, and he gets 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, they continue to feed off that left side of the tackle and guard of Brendan Sutton and Tanner Music, and those two especially have done an outstanding job tonight for the line, as well as all 5 of them.
2nd down and 4 for the Zebras at their own 37, going to our right. Again, 2 receivers wide to the left side. I-backs for Holland. Alec on 2nd and 4 gives off to Lee, and boy, Whitko blew that play up from the word go and pushed Wilson Lee back to the 35-yard line. So he's going to lose 2 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Zebras at their own 35.
Tough night for Wilson Lee. Last weekend against Peru, he had 3 touchdowns, 117 yards, and tonight he's only got 38 yards on 11 carries, and they've had his number most of the evening.
It looked like Whitko was in the Rochester huddle before that thing was snapped.
You're right.
3rd down and 6. Back to or actually a flip to McLaughlin. Stiff arms at the 40, the 45, at the 50, into Whitko territory at the 49. 1st and 10 for the Zebras.
Another great run by Connor McLaughlin. He's been picking up the slack tonight as he gets another big run of 12 yards.
Give him the 48 of Whitko. 1st and 10, a 3rd down conversion for the Rochester Zebras.
He's had an outstanding night tonight.
He's nearing 100 yards on the evening. He's already got 3 touchdowns.
That all started at the line of scrimmage when he stiff-armed a defender.
You're right.
And cut it upfield. 1st and 10 for the Zebras. Rensberger wide to the near side. Pearson tight right, eye backs for Holland. Alec from the 48 of Whitko takes the snap, pitches to Lee going left. Wilson Lee caught in the backfield and dropped back at midfield. He's going to lose 2. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12, 4:50 to play. In the 3rd quarter, the Zebras up 20-12.
Got the score right.
Yeah, first time tonight. Culver leads West Central 16-0 in the 3rd quarter.
Peru 34-21 over Manchester.
Pioneer
70
70-0 over Caston.
in the 4th of the running clock. Minute wide to the near side.
I think they got the junior high in and the running clock.
2nd and 11. Holland fakes the handoff, rolls on the near side, looking for the sideline. Got a throw down the field. He's got a wide open Heckathorn. It is complete, out of bounds. It's a 1st down for the Zebras.
Great job of Heckathorn. He checked the sideline before he brought the ball in, and he did a great job of getting both feet in bounds after he caught it.
He tiptoed the sideline and brought it into the 18. 1st down and 10 for the Z's.
He did a quick glance to see where he was.
He did. I think he needed to.
He had to, yeah.
If he takes one more stride like he was running across the
out
field,
of bounds, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's out of bounds.
That's a 30-yard pickup from Holland to Heckathorn. Great job. Great concentration on Heckathorn's part.
Nice job by Alec Holland, put it right on the money. 1st and 10 for the Z's. Bennett wide to the right side, which is the short side of the field. Split backs for Holland. Rensberger is in the flanker to the right side with 10 on the play clock. Holland under center now. Here's the snap. The pitch goes to McLaughlin, and Connor dropped back at the 20, so he's going to lose 2. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12. 4 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter.
That's the first play for McLaughlin that resulted in a loss.
Yeah. And actually give him the 21. He loses about 3 there, but we're going to say 2nd and 12. 3:50 to play in the 3rd quarter. Rochester up 20-12. They break the huddle. Ball still in the near hash. Bennett goes split to the left side, which is the wide side of the field. Heckathorn wide right, split backs for Holland. Pearson is the tight end to the right side. Back to pass is Alec. Looks left, throws left. Got in the back of the end zone. Got Bennett. Rises up for it. It's incomplete. Boy, I thought Weeks, the defender for Whitko, came down with it, but the ball falls to the ground. It'll be 3rd down and 12.
Probably another good job of Bennett playing defense. Managed to keep that ball from being intercepted.
Just a touch underthrown again.
Yeah. Bennett flipped. He looked on the inside, and that ball was thrown on the outside. He flipped the wrong way.
3rd down and 12 for the Zebras at the Whitko 21-yard line. It was 20.5 before that play started. Now it's at the 21.5.
Moved the length of the football.
That's right.
Yeah.
Back.
Thanks, James.
3.5 to play, I suppose. In the 3rd quarter, Rochester by 8. Bennett split left. Rensberger wide right. Out of the shotgun now is Holland with McLaughlin to his right. Back to pass. Here comes a wide receiver screen. Holland fakes, throws to Bennett. Bennett got to run away from the defense. He's at the 30-yard line. He's get the block, cuts it upfield at the 20, loses his mouthpiece, goes to the 19. It'll be 4th down.
I got a good block from McLaughlin that managed to let him get back to the original line of scrimmage, but boy, Whitko had that one sniffed out right from the beginning. And I think, Holland might have waited just a little bit too long to get rid of that football, because by the time he did, I think the entire Whitko defense knew that it was a screen, and they knew it was going to Bennett.
I couldn't tell if he couldn't find Bennett because it took so long.
Could be, too.
So he got back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 10 for the Z's with 3:20 to play in the 3rd quarter, up by 8, 20-12. They'll break the huddle with 11 on the play clock. Bennett goes wide to the right side along with Heckathorn. Boy, Rochester's in mass confusion here. They might have to blow a timeout. Down to 4, yep. And now Coach Zahner will signal for a timeout. 3:20 to play in the third. Rochester up 20-12. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. .320 to play in the third quarter. After a Rochester timeout, they're going to be looking at 4th down and 10 from the Whitko 18-yard line. Going to our right, ball in the near hash. Brad Thomas, Travis Watering, I'm David Musselman. Northfield up on Valley.
Yeah, 56-0 as the fourth quarter begins. That's we get them in 2 weeks at their place.
Right on. Yep, right on. So after the timeout, it'll be 4th and 18 again from the Whitko 18-yard line. The Zebras will break the huddle. Bennett will go wide right, short side of the field. Flanker to the right side of Heckathorn. Split backs for Holland. Pearson tight right. Alec under center on 4th and 10. Pitches to McLaughlin. Hands off to Bennett. Bennett cuts it back inside. Got some blockers at the 10. Cuts it inside the 10-yard line to the 9, and he's going to be right at the sticks. He gets it to the
they're marking it right on the 10, which is going to be short.
About 2 yards short. But
the official with the ball.
Wait a minute. We got a flag on the play.
Yeah. And I say the official with the ball was standing at the 9, but the other side judge was on the 10, and we got a marker down.
So if they decline this penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their 10-yard line.
Illegal motion against Rochester. First down, Whitko from the 10-yard line.
Another quick score update. Wabash leads McCormick 17-7.
Wow. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 9 with 3:11 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 20-12. And here comes Elder. Between Elder and Sherwin, that's about all that's carried the ball tonight for the Wildcats. That's all that's needed to do, huh?
You're right.
Elder sets the club under center, takes a snap, gives to Sherwin. Sherwin dragging a couple of tacklers with him as he crosses the 10 down to the 11-yard line, or I should say up to the 11-yard line. Give him 2, it'll be 2nd down and 8. 3 minutes of play in the third quarter. Again, if you're just joining us, they carted Liam Leininger off the field, put him in an ambulance, and he's off to the hospital with a neck injury. He was tackling on a play, and I believe the neck snapped back, the helmet came off, and so now they're attending to his neck. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats at the 11-yard line. Elder, snap, keeps it, going right. Elder slips a tackle. Bennett stands him up. He gets close to the 20, give him the 18. Pick up a 6, it'll be 2nd down, make that 3rd down and 2.
That might be their offense the rest of the night. Just let Elder run with it.
I believe we've got some blood on Bennett, and he's going to have to come off as the clock stops at 2:12 to play in the third quarter. It'll be 3rd down and a long one for the Wildcats.
Aaron Brooks runs in the game to take Bennett's spot.
Let's say Elder with 115 yards on 12 carries, and he's got both scores.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less here.
Right.
He's only had one reception throwing the ball, so I don't look for them to do much more of that.
3rd and 1 for the Wildcats at their own 18-yard line. 10 on the play clock, under 2 minutes to play on the game clock in the third. Elder on 3rd and 1 will keep it going right, runs away from Rensberger. He stood up the line of scrimmage. He stood up in the line of scrimmage and gets nothing. It'll be 4th down and 1. Nice job by the Zebra defense. Rensberger was in there to help. And I don't buy this.
Yeah, I don't either.
The punting unit is coming on, but I don't buy it.
Who's there?
Well, it's not Elder.
Well,
the punter is not Elder.
They are on their own 18-yard line.
I don't buy it. I'm telling you, I don't buy it.
Landon golfed up, man.
It goes to the punter, and I'll be a monkey's uncle. He kicks it away on 4th and 1. Bennett waits for the fair catch and grabs it at his own 49. 1:12 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 20-12, and after the punt, they'll take over at their own 49-yard line, going to our right. Culver leads West Central 22-0 in the third quarter.
Southwood 34-0 over North Miami.
Well,
Peru 34-21 over Manchester.
Rochester will be home again next week versus North Miami.
Yep, that's right.
Homecoming.
Rochester will go to a 2 tight end look and a straight T backfield. Holland from his own 49 takes the snap, runs into McLaughlin, gives to Wilson Lee. Wilson Lee fighting for yards, gets to midfield, maybe to the Whitko 49, give him 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Be a good opportunity here with Rochester to try and put another score on the board.
55 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Rochester up by 8 at 20-12. Connor McLaughlin, all 3 rushing touchdowns tonight for the Rochester Zebras.
You're right.
Rensberger comes wide to the near side. Bennett split left, eye backs for Holland. Pearson tight right on 2nd and 8 from the Whitko 49. Takes the handoff, rolls to and a design quarterback run. Holland at the 45, kicks it to the near side of the 40, cuts it back inside of the 35. And now we're going to have a, that's awful. That's an awful call.
Yeah.
We're going to have a flag against the Rochester Zebras on a hold or a block in the back.
Yep, by Rensberger.
That's an awful call. That's an awful, awful call.
And a late call.
Holland carried it 11 yards for a 1st down, but that flag in the play is going to bring it back. Blocking it back against the Zebras. It'll back him up. And so he'll walk it off, and it'll go back to the Rochester 46-yard line. So it'll bring up 2nd down at about 13.
Well, Holland dipped the shoulder like he was going to go in, and then he jumped outside towards the sideline. In doing so, the defender spun completely around on Rensberger, and Rensberger still trying to make his block, put his hands on the back of the defender. That's all it took. That brought the flag out.
17 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Holland under center, quick snap, pitches to McLaughlin. Connor McLaughlin in midfield, at the 45, the 40, cut down the 0 sideline, the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, shakes the tackler, gets down to the 6-yard line, 1st and goal for the Zebras. 3 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter.
Great job again by Connor McLaughlin, and he got a great block from Gavin Bennett that allowed him to get that extra 20-some yards down the sideline.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line for the Zebras when the 4th quarter begins. Rochester up 20-12. Hang on a minute. Let's wind the clock. Rochester's waiting for... There he is. After 3, Rochester up 20-12. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. We're going to the 4th quarter with Rochester leading 20-12, and after a big Connor McLaughlin run again, Zebras have it 1st and goal from the 6.
48 yards on that last run by Connor McLaughlin. Gives him 144 on 14 carries tonight, and he's already got 3 touchdowns, and I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't his 4th one coming up.
Golden sombrero. Bennett wide to the near side. Split backs for Holland. Alec under center. Flanker to the left is Heckathorn. McLaughlin again walks it in for the touchdown. Zebras score 6 more. Connor McLaughlin has 4 rushing touchdowns tonight.
Again, another great job not only from Connor McLaughlin, but another great job of blocking from Gavin Bennett in that wide receiver place. He sealed off the corner and left a wide open lane for McLaughlin to just walk into the end zone.
11:56 to play in the football game. Rochester up 26-12, and they will go for the 2-point conversion again. So they'll send 3 receivers to the right. Nobody to the left. Out of the shotgun is Holland. McLaughlin to his left. On a quarterback keeper, McLaughlin shakes one tackle, or make that Holland shakes one tackler, but not all of them. And so the 2-point conversion is no good. Rochester up now 26-12. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. Connor McLaughlin scores his 4th rushing touchdown of the night, and now the Zebras up by 14.
4 plays, 51 yards. As you said, another Connor McLaughlin touchdown run. That is his 4th of the night. This one was a 6-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion was no good. Zebras still lead 26-12 with just under 12 remaining in the game.
Wilson Lee will kick off. Elder creeping up to the next line in front of him. He's the back deep to kick this one away. Wilson Lee will kick this time to the Whitko sideline. Nope, now he will kick to the Rochester sideline where Owsley stands and awaits. High end over end kick. Owsley gives chase, and it's going to go out of bounds. Well, if they've drawn it up for the ball to be kicked out of bounds, it's working perfectly.
Any way to keep it away from Elder, I guess.
Yeah.
So the Wildcats will start this drive on their own 35. Rochester up 26-12. Brad Thomas, Travis Watering, I'm David Musselman. Connor McLaughlin comes on defensively. Well, he's had a night.
He has 4 touchdowns, 144 yards. And those have been determined runs by Connor McLaughlin.
So Whitko is going to break the huddle at the 20, and they'll have to sprint 15 yards to get to the ball with 15 on the play clock. Elder sets the line. Sherwin behind him. 1st and 10. Here's the pitch to Sherwin going left. Sherwin's got some blockers. Makes the cut. Gets close to the 40 and a 5-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Wildcats. 11:46 to play in the game with the Zebras leading 26-12. How many yards does Sherwin have? That's it?
69 yards on 19 carries.
Tough yards.
Yeah. His longest carry all night has been 12 yards, and that was in the first quarter.
Ball in the middle of the field. Elder looks up and down the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 5, sets a line from his 40. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure, and he's hit and sacked.
Bennett and Rensberger
Sandwiched him.
Yes.
He looked left, and by the time he looked back to his right, Bennett was inside his jersey. And that pushes the ball back to the 34-yard line. He's going to lose 6. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11. Clock rolls under 11 minutes to play in the game. 26-12, the Zebras up. Boy, Whitko taking a lot of time. The play not coming in. Now does. Elder relays the play. Still waiting. We're down to 8 on the play clock. Whitko's going to have to blow a timeout. And they do. 10:38 to play in the game. Rochester up by 14. We'll take a break. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. Welcome back to Rochester High School. 10:38 to play in the football game. After the Whitko timeout, they'll be looking at 3rd down and 11. So, in a doubleheader tonight, the Cubs win the first one, 5-1, and now they're up 3-0 on the Stros. Good.
All right.
Elder on 3rd and 11, under center, sets the club. Here comes the pressure from Rochester. Take the snap, and we're going to have a flag in the play. Is that going to be? And it's going to be false start. I think Rochester and the blitz was coming.
We had both inside linebackers and the outside linebackers. All 4 of them were coming towards the line of scrimmage, and somebody on the Whitko side flinched.
So it'll be a 5-yard walk-off. It'll be 3rd and 16. Elder under center. He's going to have to pass. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Rolls away from Bennett. He's got him by the shirt tail. He's still on his feet. McLaughlin finishes him off at the 5-yard line.
Great job by Bennett. Driving him backwards and then spinning him around, and McLaughlin grabs him up and throws him to the ground at the 5. A 24-yard loss.
Fair. So it'll bring up 4th down and 30.
Yeah.
40.
This is not an offense built to come from behind. I'll tell you, they don't like to throw the ball, and they've been going backwards the last 3 plays.
4th and 35. And here comes the punting unit. No pressure. Gets it away. High end-over-end kick. Bennett takes it, falls forward, and grabs it at the Whitko 38-yard line. So Rochester in great field position to start this drive. Give it to 34. Feed 34. My apologies. Cubs are beating the Phillies tonight.
As long as they're winning. It doesn't matter who they're playing.
9:45 to play in the game. Rochester up 26-12. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Whitko 38-yard line going to our left. Bennett comes split left. Tight left is Pearson, and the flanker to the left side is Heckathorn. Split backs for Holland. Alec flips it to 34. McLaughlin cuts it back inside a blocker. Now to the outside. McLaughlin off to the races. At the 10, the 5, touchdown Zebras.
Wow. Connor McLaughlin, another great run, back-to-back touchdowns for this senior as he rips that one off for 34 yards.
38 yards.
Good for him. Sorry, 38 yards.
With 9:36 to play in the football game, Rochester now up 32-12.
And his 5th touchdown of the night.
Will they kick this time?
They will.
I believe they will.
They will.
So the PAT for Wilson Lee coming. Rochester looking to add to their lead.
Oh, I never made that connection.
What? Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick is away. It's just no good. Wide to the right. So with 9:36 to play in the game, Rochester taxed on 6, 32-12. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. 9:36 to play in the game. Rochester up 32-12, Trev.
One play, 38 yards. Guess who? Connor McLaughlin with his 5th touchdown run of the night. 38 yards, like I said. The PAT was no good. Zebras lead 32-12 with 9:36 remaining in the game.
Brad Thomas, Travis Watchering, I'm David Musselman. Wilson Lee looking to kick off again.
Senior with 187 yards on 16 carries, 5 touchdowns.
Have a night, young man.
It's been a fantastic night for Connor McLaughlin.
My opinion, foot on the gas.
Keep it going.
Foot on the gas.
Well, they had the lead in the 4th quarter last week and got outscored 3-1 in the last 6 minutes, so they need to keep the foot on the gas tonight and prove to themselves, if nobody else, that they can finish the ball game.
Wilson Lee to kick to the Rochester sideline where Owsley is, but kicks into the middle of the field, takes a hop, checks up. Elder takes it to the 25. Elder goes to the Whitko sideline, goes upfield. He's got a lot of room. Rensberger tried to cut him off. He's still on his feet, cuts it back inside. Now pops it outside. Elder on the races at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Wildcats. A 75-yard kickoff return for Elder. And the Wildcats add 6. It's 32-18.
Everybody hollering for a block in the back, but they're not going to get it as Elder adds to the Zebra woes as he returns a 75-yard kickoff return.
And they missed a big one there.
9:22 to play in the football game. It's 32-18, and I'm guessing the 2-point conversion coming. I don't think there's very many people wearing black and gold appreciated that no call on the far sideline for blocking the back.
Right in front of the official's eyes.
So 2-point conversion coming for the Wildcats. Elder, who just ran at 75 yards on the kickoff return, now under center. Smiley in motion. He gets a pitch going left, cuts it back inside the block, lunges for the goal line. He does not get in. 2-point conversion fails. 32-18 Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. Well, it took about 14 seconds, but the Wildcats back on the board.
Yeah, just a kick return, touchdown for Garrett Elder, 75 yards. 2-point conversion failed. Zebras lead 32-18 with 9:22 remaining in the game. And
so the kickoff coming.
It's been the Elder McLaughlin show tonight.
Yeah.
3 for Elder, 5 for McLaughlin.
Low squib kick. Picked up by Heckathorn. Actually, Heckathorn falls to his knees at the 26, 27-yard line. So that's where this drive will start with Rochester up 32-18 with 9:21 to play in the football game. Boy, if last week didn't teach us anything but, full tilt till the end.
Keep going.
Well, maybe this time we try to not score in one play.
That's right. That wasn't a very smart move.
No, let's take 10 plays or so to do it and run about 8 minutes off the clock.
2 tight ends for the Zebras, I-backs for Lee. For Holland, that is. Wilson Lee gets the carry, kicks it out. Now back inside, tripped up at the 30-yard line, falls ahead to the 31. Giving 4. Will be 2nd down and 6 with 9:15 to play in the game. Ooh, that's a nice spot. Give him the 32 and 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5. 9 minutes to play in the football game. if they give him a yard every time, an extra yard every time for the blocking the back call,
yeah,
I think I'd be all right with that.
We'll be all right with that, huh?
Ball in the near hash, Rochester sideline. Zebras break the huddle with 12 on the play clock. They'll send Bennett wide to the near side, short side of the field. Flanker to the left side is Rinsberger. Split backs for Holland. Pearson tight left. 5 on the play clock. 4 to 3 to 2. Holland takes the snap, pitches out to McLaughlin. Connor McLaughlin waits for the blocks to develop and loses the football. And Whitko says they have it, and they do.
That'll be the first turnover for Rochester tonight.
So after the turnover, first of the night, I believe.
Yeah,
for Rochester it is.
Whitko will start at the Rochester 29-yard line, going to our right. First and make that the 30. First and the 10 for Whitko at the 30-yard line. Whitko on the ball. Rochester up 32-18. Elder gives the fullback and Sherwin. And Sherwin busts ahead to the 25-yard line.
They're still
ball loose again. Coach Zaner says, we've got it, and the Zebras do. Sherwin loses the football, and the Rochester Zebras pick it up.
Well, that's their second turnover of the night, so...
McLaughlin recovered it.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Connor McLaughlin recovers the fumble. Val, did you know the answer to that?
We guessed Swank.
Okay.
We don't know for sure.
The question was who holds
the most touchdowns in a game for Rochester.
the most rushing touchdowns in a game for Rochester.
I mean,
I was going to say Travis Watering.
I was going to say, well, thank you, Muss.
Yeah, whatever. First and 10 for the Z's at their own 27, up 32-18 with 8:23 to play in the football game. I-backs and 2 receivers to the right for Holland. Alec on first down, takes the snap, gives to McLaughlin right up the middle. Connor McLaughlin at the 30. And maybe the 31. It looks like the spot is going to be the 31-yard line. Giving 4 will be second down and 6. More importantly, holds on to the ball, and the clock runs down to 8:05 to play in the game. Rochester up 32-18. Rinsberger brings a play in from the line of scrimmage, or from the sideline, I should say. Culver leads West Central 30-14 with 7 minutes to play in the game. Zebras break the huddle. We'll go to a two tight end, straight T backfield with 9 on the play clock. With 8, with 7. Holland Bark signals with 5. Takes the snap with 4. Hands off to Lee. Wilson Lee wrapped up and then pushes the pile ahead to the 35-yard line where it's going to bring up third down and about 2. A nice hard 3-yard run for Wilson Lee. In fact, give him the 35.5. It'll be almost third down and about a long 1. 7:20 to play in the football game. Brad Thomas, Travis Watering, I'm David Musselman. Rochester, a couple of more first downs here would be nice.
Sure would.
Third down and a long 1 for the Z's. Just across their 35-yard line. They'll go for the full house backfield again and 2 tight ends. Holland now ducks up under center with 7 on the play clock to 6 to 5. Takes the snap. Gives to McLaughlin straight up the middle. Connor McLaughlin first down at 10 Zebras as he rumbles out to the 39.
Nice hard run by McLaughlin. Received the ball, kept his head down, and wasn't stopping until he passed that first down yard.
Give him 4 and another Zebra first down. 6:50 to play in the football game. Rochester up 32-18, looking for their first win of the season. Rochester breaks the huddle with 20 on the play clock. Plenty of time. They'll go to the full house backfield again. Rinsberger back there along with McLaughlin and Lee, 2 tight ends. Bennett left, Pearson right. Down to 10 on the play clock. First and 10 for the Zebras at their own 39-yard line. Here's a snap. Lee up the middle. Lee kicks it out to the Rochester side. Dodge a tackler at midfield. Falls into Whitko territory. Another first down for the Zebras. Give him the 48.
Good run by Lee. Good job by the offensive line opening up the holes.
11-yard pickup for Wilson Lee. And brings up first and 10 for the Zebras at the Whitko 48-yard line with 6.5 minutes to play in the game. Again, Rochester leading 32-18. Ball in the near hash. The Rochester sideline. They'll go to the straight T. Look again. The full house backfield and 2 tight ends. Heckathorn in there this time with McLaughlin and Wilson left to right. Holland under center with 5 on the play clock. Takes a snap with 4. Gives to McLaughlin. Make that Wilson Lee. Wilson Lee picking his way through traffic. Falls ahead to the 41-yard line, maybe to the 40. It looks like the 41. Give him 7. It'll be second down and 3. Clock rolls. Tick, 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 tick. Under 6 to play in the game.
That's the very thing Rochester wants to do, is keep that clock turning. Keep that ball away from Whitko and keep moving down the field. Another good run by Wilson Lee. Another great job by that left side of that offensive line for Rochester. Foster and Bennett.
Second down and 3 for the Zebras at the Whitko 41-yard line. Rochester standing around with their hands on their hips, now under center with 8. Full house backfield, 2 tight ends with 6. With 5, here's a snap. McLaughlin going right. Connor McLaughlin, second ever, gets him to the 35. He's getting pushed to the 34. First down, Rochester.
Another 7 yards for Connor McLaughlin, and a great job by that senior.
Wow. Val has 20 carries for 202, and Brett has 20 carries for 202.
How about that?
This can't be right.
Final from Tippecanoe Valley. A final from Tippecanoe Valley. Northfield wins 59-7.
Oh, God. First and 10 for the Z's at the Whitko 35.
Wabash beat McConaughey.
Heckathorn, McLaughlin, Lee, left or right in the backfield. 2 tight ends, Bennett left, Pearson right. 8 on the play clock. Holland under center with 6. Alec with 5. Takes the snap with 4. Loses the football, and I believe he fell on it. I hope.
I think
he's going to keep possession of it. It'll be second down and 10. 4:50 to play in the football game. Rochester up 32-18.
Wabash went 4-0 tonight as they win 24-7 over McConaughey. They haven't won 4 games in like 10 years.
Combined. Total.
Combined.
Second and 10 for the Zebras. 4.5 minutes to play in the game. Rochester walks to the line of scrimmage with 15 on the play clock. They'll go to the full house backfield. Rensberger back there, 10 on the play clock. Holland under center with 8. Alec with 7. Takes a snap with 6. Hands off to Wilson Lee. Lee at the line of scrimmage. Falls ahead to maybe the 33. That'll bring up third down and about 8. And if you're Whitko, when do you start using some of the timeouts?
Oh,
they've got 2.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Third down and 8 for the Zebras. Clock rolls. 4 minutes to play in the game. Rochester up 32-18. Heckathorn brings the play in from the sideline. Ball still in the near hash. Pearson will be tight right. Bennett will be tight left. It'll be Lee, McLaughlin, Heckathorn left or right this time. Here's a new look. Down to 10 on the play clock. Holland ducks up under center with 7. With 6. With 5. Takes a snap with 4. On the quarterback keeper, goes right, cuts it up the field. Alec Holland grabbed by the shoulder pads and brought down, but not until he gets a Zebra first down as he gets out to around the 20-yard line. First and 10 for the Z's.
Another final tonight in the conference. Peru 34, Manchester 21.
I think they're going to be at the 20. Yeah.
14 yards.
First and 10 for the Z's at the Whitko 20-yard line. 3:23 to play in the game. Ball now in the far hash. They'll come back with a straight T look with 2 tight ends. Pearson right, Bennett left. Rensberger, McLaughlin, and Lee in the backfield. Holland taking a lot of time, 7 on the play clock. The 6 with 5, takes a snap with 4, hands off to Lee going left. Wilson Lee still on his feet, still fighting for yards, gets it inside the 20, maybe to the 19, whatever. Keep the clock rolling. Give him 1. It'll be second down and 9, 2:50 to play in the game. Actually, give him the 18. He got 2 yards.
18-yard line, second
2:40 to play in the game. 32-18 Zebras. They've got the ball second and 8 at the Whitko 18-yard line. They'll break the huddle. This time send Bennett wide to the left. Also 2 other receivers going left. Heckathorn in the slot to the left side. Wilson Lee dots the I. Holland under center with 9. Holland with 7. Alec takes a snap with 5. Hands off to Lee going left. Lee stutter steps. Cuts it upfield. Brought down shy of the 15-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and about 5 with 2:10 to play in the game. Rochester leads 32-18.
16-yard line.
Ball will be spotted at the 16-yard line. I beg your pardon. It'll be about third down and 6. Ball in the near hash. Rensberger brings a play in from the sideline. We're under 2 minutes to play in the game. Rochester up 32-18. First down, winner, chicken dinner. Rensberger goes wide to the right side. Bennett split left. down to 7 on the play clock. I-backs for Holland to 5, to 4, to 3. Takes the snap. Rolls to the right. He's going to have a first down. Holland rolls to the right. Kicks it out to the Whitko sideline. Cuts it back inside. Gets down inside the 10. First down, Zebras. That's going to do it. 1:27 to play in the game.
Great job by Alec Holland, design keeper all the way. He picks up about 11 yards on that carry.
Victory formation, please.
9-yard line.
Give him 7 yards in the pickup as Holland carries it down to about the 9. It'll be first and goal. 1:27 to play in the game. Rochester up 32-18. Rochester breaks the huddle.
Give it to McLaughlin.
They will go to the straight T look with 2 tight ends. McLaughlin already with 4 touchdowns in the game.
5 touchdowns in the game.
McLaughlin has 5 touchdowns in the game.
202 yards on 20 carries.
Straight T backfield, 2 tight ends. Holland under center with 4, with 3, takes a snap and takes a knee. With a minute to play in the game, Rochester going to win their first game of the year, and they do it at home for the first time they come back to Barnhart Field. And one more snap, and this ought to take care of it. Down to 50 to play in the game. 32-18 is the lead. And now we have a time. Are you serious? Whitko takes a timeout with 47.6 to play in the game. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI. .6 to play in the game. Rochester up 32-18, and after the Whitko timeout,
we're all evil up here. Every one of us talking about how we just run it down their throats.
Unfortunately,
right
I don't think Xander's going to do it.
Second and goal from the 9. Holland will take the knee.
We were saying throw it to the end zone.
Yeah, we were. Third down now, and about third and goal from probably now the 11. As they'll have it. Will they need even take another stab? It doesn't look like the officials. Yep. They're going to take one more. Rochester will have to take one more snap, as there's about a 6-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. The Rochester's going to win their first of the year. There's 20 on the play clock, or the game clock. Holland takes the snap. He takes the knee, and that'll do it. Rochester defeats Whitko tonight, 32-18. Post-game show coming up next, 92.1 WROI.